Tograji, India has been very furious because Indian authorities had informed the British counterparts about possible violent protests, but the information wasn't given due attention. So after India raised it, the MEA raised it, summoning the UK envoy here. Earlier in the day, the Indian government reduced the special security from the British High Commission and British envoy's residence in New Delhi. Barricades and about 15 to 20 jersey barriers outside the British High Commission in Delhi were removed. And from outside the UK envoy's residence also several barricades and the PCR van was removed, saying it's already safe zone, the normal security which is there will be given. The government is assessing the situation, and if they feel there is need for additional security, then they will consider it. Now this was seen as a reciprocal move on India's part after its High Commission was allowed to be attacked by these separatists a few days ago. The British High Commission refusing to comment on the matter, saying security is not our domain. But Ambassador Rajiv Dogra, your thoughts? Sahi kiya?
Well, so far security is not their domain, but what if their security is threatened? Will then they repeat the same thing? Now, the lesson from all this is that the more you bend to please them, the more they take you for granted. And this is what has happened in London a couple of days back. The British knew that a protest was going to take place. They had previous experience of protests turning violent, and they knew that Khalistan 2 is on the cards. Khalistan 1 was supported by the British government in having a headquarters of sorts in Britain. Babar Khalsa was stationed there, and despite our repeated requests, they did nothing to stop their activities. Jagjit Singh Chauhan was pampered and prospered there. So, British intentions are in doubt. What we have done here is nothing extraordinary. After all, British High Commission, the residence of the High Commissioner and the offices have never been under any security threat. So they have no cause for alarm either now or in future, because Indian government has a tradition of protecting its guests. The same cannot be said about Britain. Britain has politically and instinctively been anti-India from 1947 onwards, when it divided the country and when it took an active role in working against Indian interests on Kashmir. And all along, be it the 1965 war, 71 or whatever, they flowed against the Indian current in favor of Pakistan. So Britain has to prove itself that it has now changed, and if it has changed, why doesn't it follow American example? The American National Security Advisor came out and made a statement saying that he regrets what happened in San Francisco against our consulate.
Correct.
The American National Security Advisor spokesperson, Kilby, he made a similar statement and expressed deep regret. As you said, Britain has not done any such thing despite a lapse of 4 or 5 days. Why is it? Is Britain complicit? That's the only conclusion one can come to. I would go a step further and say that beyond the security situation at the British High Commission, which is nothing to be concerned about, the government of India should think in terms of the next steps. Because today the protesters may have been contained, but is the Khalistani movement in UK contained? What if the spring a surprise after a couple of days? So Britain has to be on notice that what happened 2-3 days back cannot be repeated and must not be repeated. And the only way they will understand this is the example of China. They make sure that they will retaliate with much more force, and especially on the economic front, on the commercial front.
Right.
Rolls-Royce at the moment wants to set up a plant here or sell aircraft engines. Let it be on notice that sorry, this way it can't happen.
Well, there are other ways you can get to use the trade aspect too, but you can also use these soft methods where suddenly they will get the message. कई बार it happens sir कि दरवाजा हल्का प्यार से नॉक करने से नहीं लोगों को सुनाई देता, थोड़ा दरवाजे खटखटाने पड़ते हैं, जोर से खड़खड़ाने पड़ते हैं, So that's something which we are doing this time around, and perhaps they've got the message. Look at the bandobast today. They should have done this 4 days back. ये सब नहीं करना पड़ता. But it's okay. Some people, वो कहावत है, they don't learn by words. They need to get a little bit of a boost. So that's been done. I thank you all. Thank you very much. I have to shift the focus closer home. We've just got big news coming through. It's a CNN News 18 exclusive here on the right.